Sometimes you have a dream, a vision, without really knowing where it's supposed to lead you. I once heard that you should only ever focus on what it is that you actually want with your life without worrying so much about the how, and that never really made sense to me. Until now.
This is gonna sound so dramatic. There are things in my life that I felt criticized for or looked down on for, but when I'm here, all of those things are superpowers.
Well, hello and welcome to my humble abode. I have a little kitty mug. Do you like it? This is a handmade mug by one of the local small businesses from one of the art markets that I do, and clearly I saw a cat, so I had to get it. I'm a sleepy girl. I've been going through it. Can I share with you one of my new favorite quotes? If you're stuck between two paths, choose the one that scares you and creates a story you're proud to tell. I recently received an artist grant to create my own retail pop-up, and let me tell you, the coolest thing I feel like I've ever done. Is this even focusing? Deepest apologies if it's not focusing. I'm really trying my best out here. Essentially what this grant did is it provided us a pop-up space and funded us as artists to have our own retail pop-up for just 1 month. They found us a little retail storefront themselves, as cool people do, and then they said, go at it. You got 1 month. Kind of like a clock ticking Cinderella situation, if you ask me. And let me give you a lay of the land real quick if you haven't seen the last video, but I'll link it below if you want to go watch it. So I applied for an artist grant. I interviewed for the artist grant. I went to lots of meetings for 8 months about this artist grant. We received our pop-up space. I was set up with another recipient, the amazing Sephora from Chica Paper Studios, linked in the description. We showed up at our space, filled up the space. And then we opened the doors for the very first time so that people could walk into a brick and mortar with our name on it. Bro, so cool. So here's where we are right now. It's Saturday morning, you know, Saturday morning art markets, right? That we always do, but this time there's a twist. We have a pop-up store to go to as well. So here's our pop-up space at 1441 Main Street, and then our art market booth is all the way down on the 1700 block. My fiance's manning my art booth, I'm manning the art store. How are we going to do this thing? Let's find out.
So it's the next day, Saturday now. We are here setting up at Soda City. We love it. I only have like a handful of prints here. We don't have a lot. They're all gonna be at Love Notes, and we did this strategically because we know we're on the far end of Soda City, one of the last booths, so it's unlikely people are gonna wander this far anyway. So our objective is to mainly redirect people to Love Notes, our store that's a couple blocks down the road that way. So we'll see how it goes.
And we are back here to set up. Our setup is very, very simple. It is just those grid cube organizers that you see on Amazon, right? And we just set up grids like it's a gallery wall. As mentioned, this is a very small setup as compared to our usual Saturday markets. I will say that I do bring this one table setup to some markets that are like on the smaller side, but on these Saturday morning markets, I always bring 2 tables and I set up like a corner gallery wall kind of setup. Could I make it prettier? The answer is yes, and one day I will, but for now this has just kind of been working for me, and it's hard to like get the motivation to improve something that like is already kind of working for you. But one day in the near future, I would love to have like a little banner, perhaps a cute little drapery, you know, like make it cute and branded. But for now, like this is just my vibe. This is just my setup. Because I am selling art prints, that alone captures the eye. I do have that going for me. Like other smaller handmade, you know, little products might not be as colorful or eye-catching. And that is kind of like the perk of being able to sell paintings, because a lot of what you need to do to draw the eye into your booth is accomplished just in your work itself, which, you know, it's so nice and easy.
The vlog, keep in mind, she's listening to Luke Combs.
Hey, it's not like it's my choice, but honestly, this is a good song.
I got her hooked on country music.
Not hooked.
She's hooked.
I tolerate it.
No, she's hooked.
I will listen to it with minimal enjoyment. Alrighty, this is the setup. It's very thin compared to what we usually have, but I'm hoping that it does the job. I'm hoping that we get a lot of traffic to our actual retail store location. So we are here at Soda City, and as always, our neighbor has the coolest tea that I think I've ever had. And I'm always like, I'm never gonna spend money, and then I always end up spending, because how can you not when things are just this good? We're gonna get the Sweet Nothings tea and their cough and cold as well.
They buy 2, get 1 free, so you actually get a third one.
Ooh, hold on! See, art markets is where it's at, guys. That's where you get the deals.
I actually like that Sweet Nothing. I typically don't like tea. I'm always drinking coffee, but she's been slowly getting me onto tea. And this one's very nice.
Thanks, I appreciate ya. Oh my gosh, walking around Soda City is just a whole vibe. It's the best. Call me crazy, but I feel like this is the way the economy was always supposed to work. People selling their real handmade items to each other, that kind of real connection that comes. I feel like we lose that so much in a retail area, like where you don't know who the owner is, all that kinds of fun stuff. Bro, I got the walk sign, come on, man. But you know what I mean. I just love the personal touch of art markets. I feel like they're the most beautiful thing to ever exist. It is my fiance's favorite coffee shop place. The Purple Cup, it's the best. And I'm headed to Love Notes. I think that this is gonna work out really well. I usually do a buy one, get one 40% off special with my art market booth, and I changed it to get 15% off when you join my email list. Hopefully this will incentivize people not purchasing as many prints because I don't have a lot over there, and it will incentivize people to show up to the Love Notes pop-up. Hi, baby! I found a kitty on Main Street. Arrived at the store and opened up. One thing that I'm concerned about is visibility because they have these huge food trucks right in front of where our store is. There's lots and lots of traffic on the street, but not many people looking in because they have to look past those food trucks. If I had just one more person, I would ask them to be walking down the street with my little banner. But hold on, my love texted me.
So I actually did end up bringing the banner myself out into the street because the store was empty, right? So I just propped the door open and I stood in the middle of the street holding my large, like, I think it's 24 by 36 inch banner. And I would just wave at people. I wouldn't say anything. I'd just be like, hi. Well, minus the hi, I would wave. And then some people would come into the store, so I'd keep an eye on the store, and then if I saw someone walking towards it, that's when I would walk in as well. I would hang my banner back on the front door, and then I would help them while they're in the store. We got so lucky. I think it was parents visiting weekend, the weekend that we opened, so we got so much foot traffic just from the local university's marketing of this event. So one of the things that we do in Love Notes is we always say we mail your love letters for free. If you buy a card in store, you can write your love note and we add postage and take it to the post office for you. So it was so nice to just watch some people write their little love notes and put them in our little post box. I actually had a few people come into store, buy 4 or 5 letters just to send letters to each member of their family kind of thing. But it was just such a nice, heartwarming experience to really like be able to connect with my community this way, because a lot of times I'm posting online into the void of the internet, you know what I mean? And so it was really nice to show up every day and actually have like a person to talk to, like a face to see, and to see the impact of my work right then and there, rather than having to decipher it from analytics on the internet. Like, listen, this is so much fun.
But I'm just feeling like overwhelmingly happy, blessed, fulfilled. Oh my gosh, it's nearing 1 o'clock, which is the end of Soda City Market. So everyone is starting to kind of clear out of the way, but we've had such good traffic, also such good conversations, people coming in telling us about their lives and why they're collecting the artwork they are. Someone came in and they collected a black kitty print. Let me see if I can find. It was a framed print like this, but it was a black cat. And they said that their cat had recently passed away and that they wanted this print to remember their cat by. Another person said that they were a therapist, and so they wanted these kinds of stickers. This is made by Chica Paper Studios. She's an amazing artist. But they're collecting these to have in their therapist office. So I just love being able to hear those kinds of conversations by people, and that's an opportunity I wouldn't really have had I not won this artist grant. Another thing is I'm starting to really realize I feel like I would love to have my own store. Some people do this project and realize they don't enjoy retail. But I actually told someone just now, all this came into be, the grant, how I got this opportunity, and how I'm starting to realize I think I like retail. I think I'm really enjoying having my own store. And she said, I can tell you're really good at it. And my heart just got so full. I can't express to you, like, not only the coolness of this whole experience, but the emotional journey it kind of, at least it's taking me through. I feel like it's allowing me to live out a version of my art dreams I would not have otherwise had the opportunity to. This is such a risk-free way for you to test out a different part of a career that could be yours one day. So I'll stop there, but geez, so many emotions. I feel like if this experience has taught me anything, it's that there's a corner of the universe. This is gonna sound so dramatic, but I'm a dramatic girl, so I'm gonna share this with you. But I firmly believe there's a corner of the universe specifically tailored for you, carved out for you, a journey that only you can walk down. And sometimes you get in your head about what you think your life should be. And that is what causes so much friction and misalignment, because you're trying to make your life what you think it should be instead of, like, I don't know how to describe it, but following your intuition about, I don't know, this whole experience. I have just felt like there are things in my life that I felt criticized for or looked down on for. But when I'm here, all of those things are superpowers.
Just to expound on this idea a little bit here, what I'm referencing is while I was standing there in Love Notes, I had this almost flashback to being in my corporate 9 to 5. Oh, wow, like 2 years ago now. A job that I had worked in for 4 years. I poured all of myself into a career that I thought made me look impressive to other people. And when I felt signs that this job was not meant for me, times when I would go home, honestly, like in tears because of how much I just did not like that job, how much it made me feel hurt, like how much it just did not align with my values, what is true to me in this world, the things that I want to bring into the world the most. For example, like I'm a very empathetic and compassionate person. If you can imagine me working in property management, having to like essentially have the worst day of my life every day because I'm dealing with everybody else's problems and having to be the person to break the bad news to them, like that is just so in misalignment with the part of me that wants to bring light into the world rather than like be the monster on the hill, as to say. Like it was such a bad fit for me. And I would ignore those signs that it was a bad fit for me because I thought that it made me look cool to other people. It made me feel accomplished. Look, I have a salaried position at a corporate job. Like that just sounds like I'm successful to say to somebody, but it did not feel like a life that was mine. And when I was standing in Love Notes, I just like had this weird flashback moment where I realized how different my life is now because of just a couple of choices. And honestly, just the one choice to no longer accept in my life what no longer brought me joy. And there was a large period. There was like a year's worth of time where I was floating in I don't know what I'm doing land. But in that moment, I just kind of had this realization that everything that my previous employers, previous coworkers disliked so strongly about me, my black and white thinking, as they would call it, my domineering attitude. I don't even know what that even means, but you know, people will criticize you in your life for certain parts of your personality. And all that means is you are a beautiful flower in the wrong soil and you've got to find your garden, right? And sometimes whenever you pull out all those weeds and you start getting into the dirt of the garden, it can feel like isolating to realize there's nothing around you anymore. Like there is nothing to really hold you to the ground, if that makes sense. But if you wait and if you continue to have faith that this life you're building for yourself will one day flower into something that is uniquely yours, that's sort of what I felt like standing in Love Notes. It felt like I was finally standing in my garden, if you know what I mean. And life is not linear. It is not always uphill. Like I am recording this about 2 months later after watching this video back in editing, and there has been moments in these past few weeks that I have felt a little bit lost again. And I think that more than anything, what I want you to walk home with in all of this is just the knowledge that life is up and down, and we do it for the moments where we feel like this is all worth it. And you cannot get there if you continue to accept for yourself a life that is less than you want. So yeah, that's my soapbox for today. I don't know what to tell you. Oh man.
We've arrived home. You want to be in it or no? The end. No, I said I had no energy, but apparently I have energy to vlog.
It was fun.
It was fun. Tell us more about the fun.
I mean, there wasn't really much going on. Lots of people, lots of Gamecocks fans, which was nice to see because I'm a football person, sports person. So talked to a lot of people about Gamecocks, excited for the game tonight against Vanderbilt. But yeah, no, it was a really good time. Tazo worked the hardest.
Oh, we sold so many Tazo prints.
Actually, yeah.
Tazo is famous. But yeah, I just had the best time. I really love having our little pop-up. I hope that at some point in my creative journey, I can find a way to make it a permanent thing. Because I think that would be so much fun to have a storefront which is like part workstation for me, and then the front part would be a retail store where people can like collect art prints and check out and such. Towards the end, I was walking out to get our sign because we were closing, and a mom and a daughter came into our store and she's like, "Wait, are you closing?" And I was like, nope, come on in. And she was just very, very sweet and kind, and she said some really, really nice things. I don't know if I can remember her exact words, but something like, Love Notes being here as a store is a real gift. Like, it provides something to this community that we need and we just don't have enough of, like real love and real connection. So it really kind of made it apparent to me that there's not enough space, like public spaces in the world that openly celebrate creativity, care, love, and compassion and empathy that way. And I think it really is an area where the community is underserved. And so that's a big reason why I want to make Love Notes more of a permanent thing. Tazo's licking his lips right now. Tazo. Say hello to the masses, Tazo.
He looks angry.
He's so funny. But yeah, I really do think that Love Notes has a certain special quiet power in it that I would love to carry on longer than just the month pop-up that it was designed for. It's time to eat a pizza and fall into a deathly sleep. Tazo, that does not include you. You do not get the pizza. Cat hair in my margarita. What can I say? Let's see, what's to look forward to next time? Next week, we have our letter writing workshop led by Sephora from Chica Paper Studios.
At the time of editing this video, Love Notes has since closed, but we do still have lots and lots of art prints, or I shouldn't say lots and lots. They're limited edition art prints, but I'm just so excited to send them to new homes, so I'm saying lots and lots. If you would like to collect any art prints or greeting cards, you can follow the link in the description to support me and my little art business if you so desire. I do have enough content for probably one more episode of this series. Editing these vlogs does take like a little bit more time and effort than the regular cute little talkie videos. And with the holiday seasons, you know, I might end up editing the very last portion of this vlog probably in January, just because that's when it'll be slow enough for me to have the time to dedicate to it. But either way, I would love to hear your thoughts. Are there any questions that you still have that I didn't seem to answer? Any curiosities? And tell me about you and your hopes and dreams and desires. You can ask away in the comments or just share, and then we'll all support each other like the cool cats we are. And as always, spending any amount of time here on this channel with me is a gift. I really do consider it a gift, and for that, this humble artist says thank you.
Raise your hand.
If you want buffalo chicken wing.